Hi, this is Andy Robinson, Elam Garrick on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and you are listening to the biggest little podcast this side of the Gamma Quadrant. It's the Trek Geeks podcast with Dan Davidson and Bill Smith. Failure to tune in would not sit well with the Obsidian Order.
Biggest little show this side of the Alpha Quadrant, your independent Star Trek podcast. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Trek Geeks. I'm your co-host, Bill Smith. We're so glad you're here. It's nice to be back. Last week, of course, we had a Stump the Geek where Dan really just lit the lamp and did a great job. And now we're going to be back with a normal episode for us. And with that, I should bring in my co-host. He is coming to you tonight from his brand new recording space in his home. I'm going to call it Aries Studios because it's the only Aries Studios that will ever see any Star Trek content made. He's Dan Davidson. Dan, how you doing, buddy?
Wow. You know, I might actually have to go with that because that was a pretty great description, man. I'm doing great. Thanks for the introduction. Had a wonderful vacation last week. I did enjoy Stump the Geek very much. I was quite proud of myself, but on to bigger and better things, as they say.
Indeed. And in fact, Dan, we have some really big things happening tonight all around, not the least of which is a special guest geek for the full hour.
Oh, that's right. We got a special geek tonight. Yeah, that's right. Hi. Yeah, Jim Moorhouse is on. Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Hey guys, good to be here. Good to be here.
Wow.
We are very, very happy to be welcoming Mr. Trek Ranks himself, Jim Moorhouse, back to the show for, I think, his third appearance, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Bill?
I believe it is, Dan.
I think it's the third. That kind of ranks right up with how many times we've been on his awesome podcast, Trek Ranks. But, oh, wait a minute. No, we haven't been on yet, so I can't say.
I barely had 3 shows. Soon.
And congratulations, Jim, on your brand new podcast over at the Tricorder Transmissions. We love it.
Thank you. We are having a blast doing it. Talking Trek, ranking Trek. My favorite thing to do.
It's fantastic. I actually have just been starting getting caught up. I'm 3 episodes in right now, and I gotta say, it is a lot of fun. It's energetic. The lists are awesome, but I gotta tell you, man, I was a little heartbroken today. Driving home, I was listening to the episode of the top 5 Deep Space Nine recurring guests, and I was not there to talk with you, and I was a little hurt.
Yeah, we need to, that's fair. That is your show. That is your show.
And you cut so far down the list. I was so disappointed.
Yeah, he was, but he was on there.
Yes, true.
Hey, but no wrong answers.
That's true too.
No wrong answers.
And honestly, I think that's the best part about Trek Ranks is that everybody's list is 100% awesome. Quite honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. And listen, my goal of the thing is to talk about the reasons we love Star Trek, and not get into kind of. It can always have fun with it and break it down, but I think there needs to be a place for just nothing but Trek love, and that's what you find at Trek Ranks. So Dan, we got to find a good topic. We're gonna meet in Vegas on this and figure out what is the topic to get you guys on.
And if I can sit there and talk with you about it for an hour and not have Bill sitting with us, it's going to be a good topic anyway. So let's do it, man.
Wow.
Oh, wait, Bill's going to be there? Oh, okay, we'll make it work anyway.
Wow. Well, Dan,
we'll do split shows. Split shows.
It's we're not allowed to play together either. It's amazing they let us on the same plane to Vegas. Dan, perhaps some folks may have some suggestions for your list, and how might they route those to you, sir?
Very easy to do so on Twitter, Facebook, and Skype, as well as Instagram. You can find us at Trek Geeks. You can also send us an email at podcast@trekgeeks.com or give us a call at 508-784-1701 and leave us a voicemail with those recommendations. You can also do the same thing at speakpipe.com/trekgeeks. As always, you can also join our official Facebook group, Camp Kittimer. As always, I seem to say this every week, there's always great discussion going there. There's great new people joining every day. Somebody from Portland, Maine became part of a Camp Kittimer today, so I was very happy to see that. If you want to join the group, just go over to facebook.com/groups/Camp Kittimer, and Heather, Jackie, or Dan will let you right in to join in all the fun and frivolity. But please remember that any comments or messages you leave us in any of these places may be used in a future episode.
Wow, that was pretty ominous. That was good, buddy.
I'm scared.
Well, Jim's with us tonight, so ominous. It's the whole theme, I think.
Careful, he'll fire phasers at you.
That's right. Oh my God. Sorry, Jim.
I have been known to do that.
Yeah, but you'll give one hell of a nod when you do, man.
Yeah. And sparks will explode over my head. Yes.
Now be honest. Was that freaky when that happened?
No, it was the single greatest thing in the history of my life. But it was. But the cool story is that Connor Turnier was there when they were like measuring out the sparks. They had like this stick to show how far they're gonna go, and they were setting up a lot of them. He was like, "Are you sure he's going to be safe there?" I'm like, "Shut up. They're fine. Let them do it. Let them put it in." It's like, "All right, better you than me." And then boom, they all exploded.
So basically what you're saying is you told Connor Turnier to shut up.
Yeah, I basically did, because I wanted to have sparks explode over my head on Star Trek.
That's I think that's insubordination. I'm not really clear on that.
We were off duty. That doesn't work that way, does it?
Well, gents, it is time for the news from TrekNews.net. Spanning the Alpha Quadrant. For all the news on all the Star Treks, it's TrekNews.net. I was waiting for more theme there, Dan. Online at TrekNews.net. And Dan, up first, we have a lot of FanSets news, buddy. And I'm just, our friends at FanSets have been incredibly busy. And as a result, we're going to be incredibly busy. So why don't you just go through it all?
Oh, man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We are so excited for FanSets. So many good things have been happening with them lately. They recently announced, and you can see it at StarTrek.com. It was actually top billing there just yesterday. They have announced their STLV exclusive data chip pin. It is a true work of art. And because they realize that not everybody can get over to STLV, you can go over to fansets.com and you can pre-order this pin right from their website if you're not able to attend the convention. It is gorgeous. It is a authentic Las Vegas looking poker chip. Data is in the center of it with his poker hat on. It is beautiful. It is $15 on the website. You do have to order it before August 1st if you're going to pre-order it on the website. It is just gorgeous. Have you seen it, guys?
I
have seen it.
Yeah, and Dan, I think you misstated. You should say it's only $15 because that is pretty cheap for how awesome this pin is.
I stand corrected. I don't even remember what I said, but you're right.
You said
Excellent.
You said it was $15, which was accurate, but man, what a deal that is.
It is. It is a great deal, and it is gorgeous. You can also, of course, pick it up at STLV, and I did understand from in talking with Lou from FanSets, they're going to have a lot of them at STLVs, but get there early and buy lots of stuff. So in addition to that STLV exclusive, they are going to have a special 30th anniversary crew pin set, which will be similar to last year's 50th anniversary captain set, which I must say I have proudly hanging right here in my new quote unquote Aries studio. This year's TNG Spectacular will be available to buy as a complete set at the con, which is a little different than what they did last year. So you can get the whole thing right there. It is going to be beautiful. You can get it framed or you can get it unframed if you're going to be attending STLV. But if you do want to get it, make sure you get there fast because they are only going to be selling 178 sets of this special 30th anniversary crew. And guys, what is so special about that number?
I'm going to defer to Mr. Moorhouse.
Well, let's see. 178 episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation.
There you go. See, they got smart people over there marketing at FanSets. So, but that is not all. We got a big, big announcement right now from FanSets. For those of you who are going to be attending STLV, you will want to swing by the other room at the Forum Shops of Caesar's Palace on Friday, August 4th, starting at 8 p.m. for the FanSets launch party presented by Trek Geeks.
I've heard of them.
We are very, very excited. Yeah. There's going to be Trek. There's going to be pins. There's going to be food and drink. Everyone who comes by is going to get a free FanSets pin. And if you have your STLV bracelet or placard or badge or whatever it is for attending the convention, you're going to get free admission. So, Bill, you can even come in and not have to pay for admission.
Oh, my. Really?
It's awesome. We are so excited to be part of this, and we are really looking forward to a fun time Friday night at the other room.
I can't wait. We're going to have one hell of a time. We hope to be doing some special stuff there. And Dan, there's also discounted food and drinks. And looking at the menu, I'm getting very hungry.
They got some good stuff. Burgers, beer, all kinds of good stuff. It is going to be awesome. We can't wait. Can't get here fast enough. And we hope to see you all there on August 4th. And finally, from FanSets, guys, there's a rumor that they might have some Discovery pins coming out pretty soon. So let's keep our eyes peeled for that one.
What?
I'm just saying. That's just a rumor. I have no. Just saying.
You're saying allegedly.
Are you saying that might be at Vegas?
No, I'm just saying that we're going to keep our eyes open because in the near future, we might see some Discovery pins coming out from FanSets.
Can't wait.
Oh, boy.
Can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. We are going to have one heck of a time, and we hope everybody comes by the party, whether you drop in or you stay for the night and have some fun with us and the FanSets folks. It's going to be a great time. I'm sure even Jim may stop by. Isn't that right, Jim?
You guys are taking it to a new level with this party announced. Oh, man. So this would require me to actually leave the Rio, which I have been known to never do when I go to STLV.
But
yeah,
free FanSets pin.
And hanging out with the Trek Geeks.
And other Trek fans.
It's a
and
Spock's,
other Trek fans.
It's a Spock's no-brainer.
Oh.
Right?
Moving along.
Okay.
Speaking of Star Trek Discovery, Dan, there's a lot of stuff going on. As we record this, it is just prior to the Discovery panel at San Diego Comic-Con, but we've seen some amazing stuff this week already.
Amazing indeed. There's only been a couple of these 10-second clips of some of the gear that the crew on Discovery will be using. These videos have surfaced, and they are nothing short of astounding. There's been a phaser. There's been a communicator. The production level is just amazing. And if this is any indication of what the show is going to be like, we are all going to be very, very happy.
Looking at the pictures coming out of San Diego today, and Jim, you and Dan and I were talking about this, the design aesthetic is nothing short of just jaw-dropping.
Yeah, it's the perfect word, perfect description. It is at such a high level, such a movie quality level. I mean, you're literally, at this point, that these 15 episodes are all going to be movie quality in terms of production design. And at this point, the I don't want to pay $6 for Star Trek argument is so dead in the water. The quality that they are putting into this thing, sorry, it's just not relative anymore.
I think go ahead, Dan.
I was going to say, what I find so interesting about the pictures that are coming out today, and they're just, like you said, Bill, they're jaw-dropping. They are taking the Delta to a whole new level. The Delta is everywhere.
Everywhere.
The boot classes are Deltas. It's just so great. And September 24th can't get here fast enough.
And even beyond the quality, it's the aesthetic of how much it obviously the care that's gone into making it fit into canon. If you're a canonista, I mean, it clearly fits. It's clearly respectful of what's come before. That's just not a debate. You can't act like, oh well, this is too advanced or they're disrespecting this. Every single thing they've shown us is not that.
No, it's the exact opposite. The lineage is obvious. I mean,
the lineage, yeah.
We talked about the phaser rifle before we started recording, and my comment was it's the perfect cross between Star Trek Enterprise and the Cage and the original series. It's like they'd said, okay, what would this look like? And they made it happen, and it's gorgeous.
Exactly.
Well, I can only imagine what the rest of the weekend is going to bring. By the time people listen to this, we'll have heard whatever the announcements are, and I can only imagine that there's going to be even more at Star Trek Las Vegas in a couple of weeks. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, it's funny they actually say that, Bill, because Discovery will actually have a presence at STLV on Wednesday, August 2nd, we have been told. They're going to help kick off STLV with appearances by cast members and writers, producers, designers, and everything that afternoon, Wednesday the 2nd, and it's going to be actually in the Leonard Nimoy Theater. So they're going to be kicking it off in a big way. I can't wait to see what they're going to have because we're going to be there now. We'll get to that in a second. But it's going to be great. And they're going to have panels and contests and authors are going to be there. And they're going to have a presence throughout the entire convention. But this first day, Wednesday, they're going to have some big stuff.
I'm beside myself because I feel like they're finally giving us the kinds of things we were hoping to see last year. Mm-hmm. And this year, I think they're blowing us away with content, and I think it's going to be amazing. I'm going to be riveted in my seat when that panel happens Wednesday afternoon. That's all I have to say.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned a moment ago, we actually weren't going to be getting into Vegas until late in the afternoon on Wednesday. But once this Discovery announcement came out, you and I made some flight changes this morning. So, yeah, we're going to be there in time. And I can't wait to be sitting in those seats.
I only made my flight change because I want to hug Jim Moorhouse. That's the only reason.
Better late than never, guys. I'll be there on Tuesday.
Ouch.
Of course you will be, because you're going to be stranded at the Rio. You're going to be at the burger place upstairs for every meal.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
We'll
be hanging out in my room watching Star Trek. Everybody come by.
There's the invitation, everybody listening. Jim's room.
Yep.
1900 hours. Be there.
We're ready.
And Dan, last up, we have an update in the Trek Geeks Cosplay for Good campaign to raise funds for the Nevada SPCA, my friend.
Oh my God, dude. I as I sit here rereading what we've already gone over, I just can't help but be so humbled. We have blown away our goal of $1,000 with a week and a half left before the convention. We currently sit at just shy of $1,300 pledged for this amazing fundraising event where you and I will be wearing TNG Season 1 Skants on the busiest day of the convention. Wow.
That's the only bad news part of this whole segment, is that you guys
Right?
are going to be in Skants.
Wow.
Well, I'm here to tell you, Dan, and everybody else, that I'm going to kick it up a notch while we're in Vegas. So we are wearing Skants, but I will also be going Vulcan for the occasion with my makeup done by Tim Vidito from Impact Effects and Star Trek Continues.
Yes! Oh my God, that is awesome, dude.
I've never had Vulcan ears before, but Tim is going to give me some pretty killer ears and eyebrows. And I will be rocking the Vulcan look for the selfie challenge, Dan.
That is so awesome. The best part of that is I'm going to remain human. And that means that I can insult you and crack jokes to you, and you can't laugh because you, sir, will be a Vulcan. So yes,
I probably wouldn't laugh anyway.
Pretty sure he never laughs at your jokes anyway.
Yeah.
Just say that. Sorry, Dan.
Wow.
Sorry, Bill.
Okay, so I'm going to move on and say that, in addition to this awesome, just under $1,300 that we have raised so far, as people know, we are going to be doing a selfie challenge. Bill mentioned a moment ago. Anybody who gets a selfie with us and tags us, Trek Geeks, and the Nevada SPCA, we're going to donate $1 in addition to what is raised, so for a possible $100. But that's not all. As you know, our great friends over at the G&T show and some dude named Jim Moorhouse from the Trek Ranks podcast have said that they will match that $1. But Bill, we got a lot more than just those two now, don't we?
We do.
Yes.
So we've heard from a whole bunch of people, and they have said that they will also match the $1 in the selfie challenge. So our friends at FanSets have been incredibly gracious to donate $1. We're excited to be partnering with them. Also, TrekNews.net, they reached out to us and said, hey, we'd love to help match in the selfie challenge. Trek FM, the giant Star Trek podcast network, has also agreed to match the $1. And, of course, our friends John and Ken at Mission Log have all stated that they will match the $1. So that's G&T, Trek Ranks, Trek FM, Mission Log, Trek News, and FanSets. Dan, that is an additional $700 for the Nevada SPCA just from the selfie challenge.
That's just absolutely amazing. And, I'm looking at the totals of what we've got so far and what's going to be matched with the G&T. I want this to be over $2,000, folks. I'm challenging some people. Go to GoFundMe.com/TrekGeeks. Every little bit helps. Let's break that $2,000 mark and make some furry creatures and some feathered friends very happy out in the desert.
You guys are awesome. This is such a great promo. Fired to be part of it.
It's been our pleasure, and Jim, thank you so much for offering to contribute and to match the selfie challenge. I wouldn't normally want to be caught dead in one of those things, but I can't wait to have my photo all over social media in askance.
Hilarious.
Well, gents, we shall move along. And tonight we're going to discuss some next gen. We're still in the 30th anniversary year. We'll be celebrating it pretty heavily in Vegas. But we're going to take a page out of the notebook from the Trek Ranks podcast. All Trek is worth watching. But we're going to talk about the 10 worst episodes of Trek Ranks. And Jim, we couldn't think of anybody better to broach that topic with than the guy who ranks Trek all the time.
That's what I do, and I love this. This is going to be a great topic. There's going to be some good things in this list. There will be some positives in this list. I guarantee at one point you guys will listen to an episode and be like, I love that episode. It's in my top 50.
Well, and
that's okay. I'll take you on that bet.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe not.
It's Drinks at Masquerade. That's the bet.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it.
Well, and it's important to note that these are episodes I will still watch. It's not like I refuse to watch these things. At the end of the day, it's Star Trek. It's worth watching. That's how I feel about it. Even something like, I don't know, my least favorite episode of all time. I'm still going to watch it because it's Star Trek and I love it.
Yep.
What's your mantra, buddy? Let's hear it.
No wrong answers.
There you go. No wrong answers.
Wrong answers.
Yes,
infinite diversity and infinite combinations.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Vulcan Master.
Yes. That's what the Trek Ranks podcast is all about.
Well,
Jim, I'm sorry, Bill, I stepped on your toes there, but I'm excited. I'm ready.
Well, I was going to say, we should probably talk about our prime directives and compiling our list.
Yes, of course.
So, Jim, why don't you kick us off, man?
Well, my prime directive when it comes to ranking episodes, and if you've seen my website or heard the podcast, it usually comes down to just the episode I want to watch the most, or in this case, the least. So it doesn't always have to do with quality or performance. Just what's that intangible? If I can only watch one. If there was two in front of me and I can only watch one the rest of my life, which one am I picking? And in this case, it'll be the other one. So that's my prime directive.
Nice.
Dan, how about you? What's your prime directive in compiling your list?
My prime directive on this was basically just the episodes that I just don't like. If it's on and I've got nothing else to do, I might not even watch it because it's just like, oh God, I can't stand that there are cringeworthy scenes or just the entire episode was poorly done, whether it's special effects or acting or whatever. I just looked at this as there's 178 of them. There are some clunkers. Let's list the clunkers from my perspective. That's how I went at it.
Okay, I think that's fair. From my perspective, I tried to find the 10 worst episodes that aren't Shades of Grey, because I don't think Shades of Grey is the worst episode, nor do I think it's in the bottom 10. I get that people hate it because it's a clip show, but I think there are episodes that were scripted that tell far worse stories, and that was kind of my calculus in coming up with my list.
I like that a lot. And one of the reasons I like it is I'm not a fan of Shades of Grey either, but I will say before the clip show starts, the beginning part on the planet is actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes is really, really good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. All right, Bill. Good job, buddy.
Wow, so look at that. We came up with something positive to say about Shades of Grey. All of us.
Love it.
Don't go that far.
Well,
and by the way,
yeah.
it's a clip show. It's like, so you get to see more Star Trek. I don't know why people complain about that. I've always been like, great, show me more Trek. This is great.
I agree with that.
I love clips.
And one of the most popular series of all time did at least 2 or 3 clip shows a season, and that was the Golden Girls. And I know this because my wife has been watching it. And they took the clip show to an art form. So clip show's really not all that bad. I don't mind it. So there you go. Dan's favorite show, The Golden Girls.
All right. I've never watched 1 second of The Golden Girls.
You lie. And moving on, gents, let's go through our rankings, our top, or I should say our bottom 10 Star Trek The Next Generation episodes. And Jim, why don't we start with you in your number 10 position?
Okay.
Let me ask you a question before we start, Jim. I just want to make sure we are doing this similar to what we do on your soon-to-be top of the list podcast, and that is the 5 words and the hashtag. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
5-word summary and a hashtag is a Trek rank staple.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
Okay. So, all right, my number 10 pick. Bottom 10 TNG episodes. My number 10 choice is When the Bow Breaks.
Nice.
And my 5 words and a hashtag are, ugh, kids, keep them Aldeans. Hashtag, but cool matte paintings. Because there at the end of this episode, there's actually a really cool matte painting when they walk out into that room and there's that big computer that's kind of running the planet, their cloaking system. That's a really cool effect, and when you see that image, you normally go, "That's cool." What episode is that from? Oh, it's from When the Bow Breaks. Oh, those dumb kids. Nobody wants them.
So true. I like that pick, and I love the hashtag, I gotta say.
Although there's another bonus for this episode. See, we're already finding things we like. Mackenzie Westmore is in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Michael Westmore's daughter.
That's right.
And 2 of the face-off judges, Glenn Hetrick and Neville Page, are doing stuff for Star Trek Discovery.
Big time. Really fired up about that.
It all comes together, people.
Yes. All right.
So, Dan, you're number 10, my friend.
Yes, my number 10 is a season 7 episode, and it is Dark Page.
Nice.
Wow.
Not a fan. My 5-word description is Loxana.
I love this episode. Sorry.
Oh, I get a drink. Thank you. Loxana hides stuff from Deanna. Hashtag, oh, you had a sister, and yeah, she's dead.
Oh, my God. You are an animal.
I will say my hashtags are brutal this week. I'm not going to lie. I'm just not a fan of this. I don't like how they threw this stuff that, they sometimes shows, I don't want to say they jumped the shark because God, they never jumped the shark in Star Trek, but it seems that this episode in particular, let's just throw this thing in here that nobody knew about for 7 years so we can make this episode. It just didn't work for me. I'm not a big fan of Lwaxana episodes per se. There are a couple that are great, but this one just was not one that I was happy with.
Okay.
Kirsten Dunst is just rolling her eyes at you right now. It's unbelievable.
Okay, the one positive thing.
I cry every time. I literally like this episode a lot. Maybe top. I think it's 110 or so on Trek Ranks.
I'd cry if I had to watch it all the time.
Well, I don't want to throw out a spoiler, but we may be talking about this again later on.
Lovely.
Let's see what your hashtag is.
Oh yeah, my number 10, gentlemen, is season 7, episode 6, and the episode is Phantasms. And my 5 words are cellular peptide cake, mint frosting, hashtag I hate data dreaming episodes. I really do.
Wow. Do you hate Birthright too then?
I hate parts of Birthright. Well, Birthright has its own problems because it's like 2 episodes that never should have been a 2-parter.
Right, but the first part with the data stuff and then...
Yeah, I find it...
It's funny you say that, because every time I watch the second episode, I'm like, how come Data's not in this? He was like the big part of the first part.
Yeah.
So this is the data dreaming episode where he's got the phone in his chest, so he's got that cellular data plan, right? That's the one?
Unlimited data? Yeah. Well,
that's a fair pick.
So we're 1 in. I'm loving it. I like these picks.
This is already off the hook.
Off the hizzy. Jim, how about your number 9, man?
Okay, my number 9 pick is season 1, episode 8. I'm going to start with my 5 words and a hashtag. Somehow episode is not sexy. Hashtag I'm with Starfleet. We don't lie.
I love it.
I know
it is justice. It is justice. And again, my 5 words. Somehow the episode's not sexy. How is this possible? But it's not, and it's brutal, and I don't enjoy really anything about it.
Was your second hashtag male camel toe? Is that why?
Cut. Stop recording.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Okay. Oh my. Next.
Well, all right, Dan, it's up to you, buddy.
I'll try to save it. I don't know what I can do after that one, but yes, my number 9 is the outrageous Okona. Data tries to learn humor. Hashtag swashbuckling loser hits on Terry Hatcher. They could have picked 18 million different comedians to play the holodeck comedian besides Joe Piscopo in his pre-Saturday Night Live days. It was uncomfortable to watch that episode. Every time I see it when they do the Jerry Lewis impersonation, I'm sorry. Move along home.
Yep.
Second chap.
Yeah. There you go.
Hard to defend that one, but does have Terry Hatcher in it.
Oh, yes, it does.
That's a positive.
It is indeed.
Well, Dan,
Bill, what do you got, buddy?
I've got at my number 9. I'm staying in season 7. Season 7, episode 17. It is Masks. 5 words.
Drozen's gonna be so disappointed.
I know. 5 words. Let the hunt begin again. Hashtag this episode is 43 minutes too long.
Masaka is waiting.
I knew this episode was going to be great tonight.
It's just the first time I saw it, I sat through it and I was like, "Are you kidding me? This was it? That's what they had to do?" That's like
it's bad.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm not a fan. I don't want to reveal too much, but half of my picks tonight are season 7 picks.
Oh my goodness! Really?
Yeah.
All right. This is interesting. By the way, that's another Data kind of dreaming episode. So
it really kind of is.
Yeah.
I promise my next one will not be.
Okay. All right.
So in which case, Jim, it's number 8, man.
Number 8 pick for me is a season 2 episode, unnatural selection.
Yes.
My 5 words and a hashtag. Been there, done that. Uninteresting. Hashtag unnatural solution. It's just, this episode is it's just boring. That's the ultimate sin.
That's a great description for it.
And the ending is just so lame, and it just doesn't make any sense. And we've seen it before. We've seen the aging. Every sci-fi show has done an aging episode. So
Bad makeup. Bad makeup.
Bad makeup too.
Yeah.
I think that when we did the See It or Skip It for TNG Season 2, I said I wanted to take that episode and Dan and encase them in styrolite and beam them into deep space. I think that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Okay, just checking.
Quick side story. I was out once with some friends, and they had some other friends there, and someone said, I was talking Star Trek, and I was been on the show. She's been on the show. She was in an episode. She's like trying to remember it, and it takes her about 5 minutes to explain it. And I finally realized she's one of the genetically enhanced kids in the background, like playing with a ball or something. And I'm just like, and then again in my head, I'm like, I was in the Vulcan trilogy arc, and you were in the worst episode ever. Oh man, Could have been me. All right, next story.
Wow,
Dan, that means it's your turn, buddy. How do you follow that?
All right. Well, I'm going to be talking about my number 8 pick, and it's one that we have talked about already by Mr. Moorhouse. It is season 1's Justice. Yeah, it's not good. My 5-word description, Wesley broke the flowers. Hashtag, excuse me, sir, your balls are showing. Bumblebee tuna. It's just not good. It's just bad.
We're PG-13 this week, boys. PG-13.
Male camel toe.
You're welcome.
Isn't that moose knuckle?
Okay, sure. Well,
so somebody was smuggling some plums, I think.
Wow.
Oh, I'm dying over here. Moving along to my number 8, I'm going to go to season 2, episode 18, and an episode called Up the Long Ladder. My 5 words are terrible story with terrible stereotypes. Hashtag, hey, but at least it's not Code of Honor.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a very good episode, is it, Bill?
Oh my God, that episode does for Irish people, you know what? I don't even want to finish the sentence because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to bleep it. So
okay,
it's terrible.
There's really nothing redeeming about that episode. Oh, no. The Picard laughing, that one moment where he is kind of walking through their den in the cargo bay, and he kind of laughs to himself. That was a good moment.
That is a good moment, yeah.
Outside of that, there's nothing there.
No, but you know what there is now, Jim? Your number 7 pick, my friend.
Okay, my number 7 pick. And I think this one, if you've got that many season 7 picks, I'm thinking this might be on your list too. My number 7 is Interface. Season 7 episode about Geordi LaForge, which no one even ever remembers because it's so bad.
It's the one with his mom?
Yeah.
My 5 words and a hashtag. I'm glad you said that because my 5-word summary and a hashtag is dumb motivations. Not her, Geordi. Hashtag complete misfire. I mean, it's like, Geordi, it's not your mom. She's not stuck in the thermal layer of this going super or whatever. It's just the nonsensical. It makes no sense, and it's just, frankly, it's another bad Geordi episode.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy-handed. Madge Sinclair is just totally wasted in this episode. She really is.
Totally wasted.
Yeah, total agreement.
I like that pick, and that's good value at number 7. You know.
Okay.
Dan, what do you got for us, baby?
Well, number 7, I got another season 1. I've had a few of them, or a couple of them anyway, already, and that is The Royale. Magic Casino perplexes the crew. Hashtag double down and just don't come back ever. This episode, I don't know if were they out of money that early in season 1 so that they couldn't have any real sets because it was just this revolving door. It's just not a good episode.
I love this episode because it feels so much like the original series. It's completely out there. It's terrible in its kitschy kind of fun way.
So now I get 2 drinks, is what you're saying?
That's twice.
Well, you're gonna get a third. Now. You're gonna get a third drink because I kind of like the Royale. And Dan, by the way, it's a season 2 episode.
Is it? Did I? Oh, I'm sorry. I have season 2 down. I'm sorry. I read the wrong line.
Riker
season
has
2.
a beard.
Yes.
I like it because it's campy, it's kitschy, like Jim says. It's just it is a little evocative of TOS, and at the end of the day, it's not Code of Honor.
No wrong answers, people.
No wrong answers.
Yes.
So speaking
Bill, what
of
do you
which,
got there, buddy?
my number 7 pick, I may have telegraphed it already, is Code of Honor, season 1, episode 4. My 5 words are actually a quote. And my quote is, racist piece of shit. Frakes.
What was the hashtag?
I haven't gotten to the hashtag yet.
Oh, wait, I missed a word. Racist piece of shit.
Frakes. Because that was his quote.
Got it. Oh, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah. Okay.
And my hashtag is amazing that the show ever continued past this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is true.
Because it's bad. I remember the Mission Log episode where they talked about this and they said they actually listened to it and didn't watch it, and it wasn't as bad. And I find that amazing because even just the dialogue is absolutely terrible.
That I was gonna bring that up later when we talk about this episode again.
Oh,
that it actually is. That's actually one of the best things Mission Log ever stumbled on.
Yeah.
If you listen to this episode and don't watch it, you don't get you. There's no reason to think it's racist. It's just not. It's not a good episode, but then you put the pictures and the visuals to it. And it's like, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, we may be talking about this later.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah, I figured with this one we're going to have some overlaps. So, although I think there are going to be a couple of dark horse candidates. So, Jim, why don't you regale us with your number 6?
Okay, my number 6 pick is Man of the People.
Wow.
Season 6 episode that I just loathe. It's my 5-word summary and hashtag is uncomfortable to watch, nothing redeeming, hashtag except his death. Kind of enjoyed it when he got his at the end. But that episode, it's just uncomfortable to watch. It's just another kind of Deanna, being, I'll use the word tortured, for lack of a better word. But I mean, it's just terrible episode. Not fun to watch. This really is my prime directive. I just don't want to watch it.
Right.
It's nothing fun there.
No, there really isn't. It's what I think there's an interesting aspect, but yeah, you're right. It's one of the too many Troy suffering episodes that really gets to me. So, Dan, how about your number 6, buddy?
Well, my number 6 is one that we've actually talked about very recently on the Trek Geeks podcast, and that is Night Terrors.
Oh.
And my 5-word description is no sleep can be bad.
Oh.
Hashtag day terrors whenever I have to watch this. Now, I will say that our good friend Haley pointed out to me that one of the good scenes in this episode is when Beverly's in the morgue and the dead people are like raising up with the sheet still overhead. Very good scene. Not enough for me to save the entire episode. Deanna floating. Where are you? Oh God, I don't even want to do it.
One moon circles.
I think that moon might have been Deanna's because we got plenty of shots of it, unfortunately. Wow, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
I think you did. Yes.
Wow.
I'm in rare form. So my number 6 is one that we've talked about already. We may talk about it again. Who knows? Because it's one of those. Season 2, Episode 4, The Outrageous Okona.
Mm-hmm.
5 words, not remotely outrageous at all. Hashtag Billy Campbell, Rosalind Allen, Terry Hatcher, all wasted.
Oh, nice hashtag.
Thank you, because I'm a huge Rosalind Allen fan, especially when she turned up on Sequest in the second or third season. So,
wait, who's she? Is she's the daughter of the?
Yeah, she's the pregnant daughter.
Action. Yeah, got it.
Her name in this is actually Rosalind Ingledew because that was her maiden name.
Mm.
But hey, little geeky fact there. But yeah, Okona, number 6 for me. I get the feeling we're not done with that.
It's not on my list. It's not on my list. Yep. It's not a good episode, but it's not my bottom 10. I could at least watch it. Terry Hatcher.
I'm sensing a trend here. Well, in that case, we're through the front 5 and we're on to the back half. Jim, you're number 5, sir.
Okay. My number 5, and I think you might have just referenced this, is another Deanna Troi episode, The Loss from season 4.
Nice.
And my 5-word hashtag, this is a no fun one, is Sirtis's portrayal makes her unsympathetic. Hashtag rape minimized. It's just not a good episode. Just not.
You know, the thing that gets me about that episode is that she shouldn't be a practicing psychologist if that's the way she's going to act.
Yep.
It's a very poorly written episode for her character, and just hard to watch. And again, an episode I don't want to watch.
We talked about this episode when we did See It or Skip It very recently, and I'll say it again, is she loses her powers. She is a wicked in this episode because of it. And it's what Bill just said. She can't handle it. She shouldn't be in the position she's in. And it's not a good episode for me either.
Yep.
Couldn't agree more. So Dan, what's your number 5?
Number 5 is a repeat. We've already talked about this episode just a little bit, and that would be Up the Long Ladder from season 2. Yes. Irish Hatfields versus McCoys is my 5-word description, and I have 2 hashtags because one of them is an honorable mention. The first is hashtag I'll show you my clone if you show me yours. And my honorable mention is hashtag best crop top ever.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
That is fair.
That is probably the only thing about this episode that would make me want to watch it again.
Yep.
Although Riker really doesn't know the first thing about washing feet. I just want to throw that out there. He does it all wrong. His technique, flawed.
Flawed.
My number 5, gentlemen, this will be the first hat trick we've had in this discussion. An episode we've already heard twice before on your list.
Male camel toe. Go ahead. Sorry.
It is, in fact, season 1, episode 8, Justice. 5 words. Watch out for the flowers. Hashtag, and this is our first duplicate hashtag, I'm with Starfleet. We don't lie.
Love duplicate hashtags.
Just don't say it as good as Champion.
Well, I actually have a ringtone of John Champion saying that on my phone. I ripped it from the mission log episode, and I saved it, and it's on my phone. And when I get a text message from John Champion, that's what I hear. I just want to throw that out.
My God, that's awesome.
That's perfect.
I'm happy to provide it to you guys at no cost. No cost. So we're 6 picks in. We have 4 remaining. We've got 1 triple play, which I think is awesome. A couple of other duplicates. I'm interested to see where the next 4 go, you know?
Very interested. There's got to be some more duplicates coming.
I'm thinking there are.
All right. This will be interesting to see if you guys have the... Am I up?
Yeah, you're up.
All right. This is my number 4, right?
4,
yep.
That's correct.
Did I mention that I don't like kids?
No, I'm not getting that from you at all.
So this is Imaginary Friend, season 5.
Nice.
And my 5-word summary and a hashtag, and this is for all those animated fans out there, felt like an animated episode. Hashtag not a good thing.
Oh,
I just don't like this episode. I don't like anything about this episode.
She's creepy.
Drosen's coming after you for that one too.
Yeah, Drosen's coming for me. him and Aaron Harvey are coming for me for that one.
Oh, totally. Aaron's going to make us give our logo back. Yeah, I have to agree with you. That was one that I never really liked. I liked the concept of it. I just didn't like the execution. I just thought it fell really flat.
What about the concept did you like? Like imaginary friend alien? I mean, that just seems like the boringest. Like we've seen that a million times.
Well, perhaps, but I thought if done well, because I mean, there's all kinds of aliens coming on board the ship trying to understand us that TOS did week after week. They just found better ways to do it. So
fair.
I think that's really what this episode fails at. Although I'll still watch it if it's on, even though I can't stand those kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
What's her
name?
Isabella? Is that what her name is?
Yeah,
she's a creep out factor right there, man.
I can't stand this episode. I've probably only seen it 35 times.
Oh, man. Dan, how about your number 4?
Number 4, I got, Bill, you've said what, half of yours were season 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm throwing a season 7 in there. Definitely. Without a doubt. Sub Rosa. Number 4 on my list.
About time.
Very bad Trek ghost story. Hashtag, hey, Beverly, you got a real pretty candle.
Oh, boy.
This is such a confusing pile of garbage to me, personally. I don't like the sets. I don't like the dialogue. I don't like the storyline. I just don't like this episode. But it's not my number 1, so,
Your hashtags are killing it tonight, Dan.
Well, I thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Just killing it. My number 4 is one that we've talked about once tonight, back in round 1, and it is a season 7 episode. It's episode 7, and it is The Dark Page. Sorry, Jim.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Your 4th worst episode.
Yeah.
Oh, single tear.
5 words. Deanna once had a sister. Hashtag enough with the singing already. Jeez. I remember watching this episode the first time, and they Troy's father started singing, and I'm like, oh, how long is this going to go on? It's like that animated series episode where Scotty sings, and it goes on for 2 minutes. I started fast forwarding my VHS, and I'm like, God, does this thing ever end? So yeah, The Dark Page, not my favorite. Sorry, Jim.
Oh, poor Kirsten Dunst. Not a good episode for her.
Yeah,
she's a kid. She's a kid that I love. I thought she did a great job.
Oh, sure. Change it up.
Okay.
So number 3.
All right. This is my number 3 pick.
Yes.
Number 3.
We just talked about it. Sub Rosa.
Yeah.
From season 7 in my top 3 or bottom 3. My 5 words and a hashtag is ghost sex doesn't feel consensual. Hashtag Braga and Frakes, because this was written by Brandon Braga, my favorite Star Trek scribe, and directed by Jonathan Frakes. It's just truly amazing. That's such a bad episode.
I didn't realize Frakes directed this one. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable.
Well, every now and then it's going to happen. I think it's really the only unenjoyable Frakes episode, because even his other ones on other series are better than this.
Truly. It just doesn't make any sense.
Wow. I like that pick. We got back-to-back Sub Rosa. I love it. Dan, how about your number 3?
My number 3, hey, look at that. Another season 7. Okay. And it's almost the end of the show. So it's even worse that Emergence is my top 3 of the worst. New life form causes issues. Hashtag an utterly confusing train wreck. Huh? Get it?
Oh.
So yeah, I don't like this episode. It's a very confusing and non-enjoyable episode for me. Was that a sigh because you like it, Jim, or because you don't like it?
I just can't. Drozen's going to take you right to New Vertiform City.
Yeah, he also likes that dumb Magus 2 episode in the animated series, so I'm really not too concerned.
That's fair. That's a fair argument. So no, listen, it's not one of my favorite episodes. It's not bottom 20 by any stretch, but yeah, no, it's pretty high up there.
It is.
That's one I forgot about. That's one that should have been in my bottom 10, but I've tried to block it out because I think the last time I watched it was when I bought TNG on DVD about like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So
it's not a proud moment in TNG history.
No, all aboard.
Vertiform City.
So I'm going to give my number 3, and it's an episode we've talked about once tonight. In fact, it might have been on Mr. Moorhouse's list. And that is season 7, episode 3, Interface.
I'm so glad somebody else has this.
Oh, this episode is a steaming pile. It really is. 5 words, best way to fall asleep. Hashtag Somanex City. Alternate hashtag, come on, Geordi.
Yes, it's not her, Geordi. That's what I just keep screaming.
But
he defends himself so strenuously, though.
I know. It's terrible. There is just nothing good about that episode. It should be lower on my list, I've decided.
Well, number 7 is still pretty low. There are some real dogs. There's some
dogs on this list. Oh, okay. Does that mean I'm up with number 2?
Number 2, Mr. Jim.
All right, round 2. I've got the 3rd episode ever of Next Generation. Actually,
nice.
I just dislike this episode so much. The Naked Now. Oh. My 5 words in the hashtag nonsensical, pointless, naked time sequel, hashtag fully functional. That was a good scene. I like that scene. But it's the first of the wasted just Wesley moments where he's saving the ship and no one's. It's a terrible episode.
I have to agree. I did not have it in my list. The whole I've talked about it before though. The scene where the crewman is standing there or sitting there throwing the data chips in the air like he's a little kid, and we got Diana Taylor from General Hospital as the chief engineer. It's just a mess.
This was the episode where I coined the term Wesley Trek. And we get a whole bunch more episodes of that. And it was painful in 1987, and it's even more painful now. It really is.
Yeah, it's not good. No.
TNG 30.
There's so many good episodes, though.
There are so many. And these 10, like we said,
they can't all be perfect.
They can't. And I'll still watch them.
Yep, exactly.
Except maybe my number 1. But Dan, it's time for your number 2, and I mean your list.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes, my number 2, I have a feeling we're going to be hearing about this one from at least one of you guys, if probably not both of them at some point in the very near future, is season 6, Aquiel.
What?
Yes, my number 2. Yes, it was the dog. Hashtag, yes, it is a piece of dog poop.
Oh, perfect.
It is just. I don't even have anything else to say. Bill, what do you got?
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Well, my number 2 actually becomes the second hat trick of this episode. That's the
wow.
Yeah, we've all picked this particular episode, and it's season 7, episode 14, Sub Rosa.
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course.
Now, I have cleaned up my 5 words because what I had before would have drawn us the explicit tag. So I've changed it to Beverly Falls for a Candle. Draw from that what you will, listeners. Hashtag she is not this stupid.
Nope.
exactly.
Beverly
Poorly
Crusher
written.
is a much better character than this. And this episode is just it's putrid. It really is. It's the only word I can use.
That's a perfect word. I've always said the things that make me the most crazy in terms of the episodes that I don't enjoy is when they're untrue to character.
Yes.
And Sub Rosa could not be any further.
That's
to
exactly.
That. It's just completely untrue to her character.
That's exactly how I feel about it. When I saw it the first time in '94, I was like, really?
Yep.
I was really just incredulous of the whole thing. So that's our second hat trick, guys.
Wow.
2 hat tricks. Maybe
There might
there'll
be
be a
3.
third. There might be a third.
Maybe. So, Jim, your bottom ranked episode, give it to us.
This has been my number 1 worst Star Trek episode since the day it aired. I can't stand it. My 5 words in a hashtag for Aquiel are never bought any of it. Hashtag the dog did it. It just, it's so lazy. And it should be good because they built this nice set.
Yeah.
And you want to like it because it's got a little bit of a big scope and maybe this interesting story off the ship and this space station and the Klingons are coming in. It should be good. There's all these elements they try, and it just is so pointless by the end of it. You just don't buy any of it, and the Geordi creep factor on Aquiel is just off the hook. And then she's alive, and you're like, what? Wait, okay. No, I don't know what's even going on. What's even happening in this episode?
Don't you feel cheated by the time this episode ends?
Yes.
That's a pretty good word.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
and I'll joke again. I can't stand this episode. I've only watched it like 35 times.
I know, right? Well, Dan, it's time for your crowning achievement. Your least favorite Next Gen episode. Hit us.
Well, I was very surprised, Bill, that this was so far down in your list or so far up since we're doing it in reverse. I can never understand the two. It's like we're upside down in space. My number 1 is Code of Honor from season 1. And very similar to your 5-word description, mine is a racist piece of shit. Hashtag stab me with that poison glove thing if I ever have to watch this again. That scene where they're fighting with the parallel bars like they're at the Olympics is just
riveting.
Oh, whoo, yeah, whoo.
So
okay, 9.5.
So was your alternate hashtag no vaccine?
No, but that's a good one. I think I will put it in there. Yeah, it's just so bad for so many reasons, both because it's a bad episode and because of the message that it seems to convey with that racist aspect to it. It's just so bad. And like you said, Bill, how they even got past this episode after this episode is really a shock when you think about it, because it was awful.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the only thing that put it deeper into my list at number 7 was probably Mission Log, quite honestly, because there is a way to redeem this episode slightly as long as you don't watch it. So
okay,
well,
that's why it's number 11 on my list.
Interesting. See, I didn't look at your list at all before this.
Yep.
So, well, all right, we're at my number 1. And, gentlemen, it's the third hat trick. It's the hat trick of hat tricks.
Wow.
It is season 6, episode 13, Aquiel.
Yes.
5 words. Nothing can save this turd. Hashtag, don't blame the dog. Wow. Yeah,
Sweet.
the thing that amazes me is this episode was actually pretty highly rated too, which is unfortunate because so many people saw one of the worst episodes of TNG.
Yep.
What is it with Geordi and women?
Terrible. It's comforting to know that you guys dislike it as much as I do. It seems to me to be forgotten when people are talking about the worst episodes of Trek.
I'd like to forget it.
It should be.
And that's why, I defend Shades of Grey to so many people, because people are like, oh, Shades of Grey is the worst. It's like, well, no, it's really not. You know, I would watch Shades of Grey over Sub Rosa or Code of Honor or even Masks any day of the week.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Certainly
Very
the
nice.
Dark Page. God.
Oh, God.
Dark Page.
But Kirsten Dunst. Oh, sorry. That was my Jim Moorhouse impersonation.
Let me. I'm gonna find my 5 words and a hashtag for Dark Page.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
Here's number 109. Oh, here we go. Extremely well acted and fun. Extremely well acted, moving final act. Hashtag Kirsten Dunst.
Well, gentlemen, do you have any secondary systems, those honorable mentions that didn't make the list?
Well, I mentioned Code of Honor, and my 5 words and a hashtag were tone deaf, offensive, best forgotten, hashtag how. But outside of that, my other one was Suspicions.
Oh yeah.
From season 6.
yes.
Yeah, cool Ferengi scientist. The rest is terrible. Metaphasic shielding.
Yes. It's funny that you mentioned the Ferengi. This may surprise some people, but my outlier, my number 11, so to speak, is The Last Outpost.
Interesting.
The big bad Ferengi. Hashtag horrible intro for supposedly the menacing TNG race.
Yeah, that's not a good episode.
Yeah.
When you balance that against the magnificent Ferengi, it's such a stark contrast in that race, isn't it?
It's funny that you mentioned that. It was on H&I last night, and Sue and I were watching it, just laughing our heads off. It was
so good.
Well, I actually didn't come up with any secondary systems for this particular episode. I decided to give you guys a break. I think that this list was just bad enough.
I'm going to give one more because I like my 5 words and a hashtag, and it relates to one of my picks, which was Violations. And my 5 words is better than Man of the People. Hashtag not a compliment. I hate both those episodes.
Jim, thank you so much for coming by. We can't wait to meet up with you in Las Vegas again. Dude, tell people how they can find your brand new podcast.
Well, our Trek Ranks podcast is a member of the Tricorder Transmissions Podcast Network, and you can find us at Trek Ranks, TrekRanks.com, TricorderTransmissions.com. But tweet me at Trek Ranks or at Enterprise Extra.
I have to say, it's quickly become one of my honest-to-goodness favorite podcasts. It goes to the top of my queue when it's out, man. You were killing it, and you're doing a fantastic job, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Learning as I go, following the giants.
Well, like I said, off air, so to speak, Jim, when we were talking, one of the things that I like so much about it, and I'm only a few episodes in, right from the get-go with episode NX00, you sound like you're in the captain's chair. You know what you're doing. You're liking what you're doing, and it comes across just so well. Congratulations, man.
No one's fooled them better than me. And I look forward to continue to egg you guys on like I'm actually going to have you on my show at some point.
Oh, don't we know it? Don't we know it?
Exactly.
We'll keep having you on to talk about, the best costumes in Move Along Home. We'll do the top 5.
That's a great episode. Let's do it.
I love that episode.
I do too.
Well, Jim, we're going to have you hang on while we wrap this up. Dan, my friend, did you know that all the music on this episode and all the Trek Geeks episodes are provided by Jim's favorite band, 5 Year Mission?
I did hear that rumor. That's pretty awesome. And I got to say, I'm pretty happy with that.
I am elated. They are presently working on year 4, which I cannot wait for. The other thing I hope is that there's a song that makes Jim dance around like he does for R.C. Spock, but that's another story for another time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, year 4. Geez, they got year 1, year 2, year 3, Spock's brain, Trouble with Tribbles, and soon to be year 4. That's a lot of 5 Year Mission to take in, and it's not a bad thing.
It's not, and it's all on my phone.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty big size phone then. But, I got to say, there was a scary moment on Deep Space Nine for sure recently.
Oh, no.
if Vreenak discovered that the music track was a forgery,
oh God,
if he realized that we were trying to trick them into the war, it could push the Romulans even farther into the enemy band.
Sweet Jesus.
They could start to openly help the Dominion.
Don't
If
mess it
worse
up.
came to worse, they could actually join the band against us. And I had the distinct feeling that victory or defeat would be decided in the next few minutes. It's a fork.
I can't live with it. I can't live with it.
But you will.
Oh God,
Now I gotta Photoshop Vreenak with Fark's face and post that somewhere. I just gotta do it.
Computer, delete this entire recording.
Oh, nice, man. You got witty man. Never coming on again.
Well, wait. Does that mean this didn't happen? Anyway, head on out to 5yearmission.net. Please download all their albums. Become as big a fan as the three of us are. We guarantee you'll love them, and you're just going to keep listening over and over. And maybe Jim will sing songs with you if you're in Vegas. I'm just going to throw that out there.
No
Dan,
baby about it.
I know, right? Dan, why don't you tell us what we're going to do next week, my friend?
Well, as you know, Vegas is right around the corner, guys. OMG. 1 week plus to go, about 10 days or so. So next week, we're going to discuss in detail one of the funnest and most enjoyable Deep Space Nine episodes ever. Bada bing, bada bang. Next week.
Oh, love it. And
Can't
so
wait.
awesome.
perfectly themed for our Vegas sojourn. We've got there's a lot to talk about in that episode. I'm actually really looking forward to that discussion, not the least of which is the Star Trek aspect of it, because there's just so much more. So that's next week on episode, what are we, 110 next week? Wow.
It shall be 110, sir.
So that does it for episode 109. Of course, for all the news on all the Star Treks, we want everyone to head out to treknews.net. And of course, for more great Star Trek discussion, including Jim Moorhouse's Trek Ranks podcast, we want everyone to head over to the Tricorder Transmissions online at the tricordertransmissions.com, where you can find so many podcasts. There's like 14 gajillion podcasts, and they're all awesome, and we love everyone over there. So make that so. For now, this has been episode 109 of the Trek Geeks podcast. We do hope you all live long and prosper.
Best TNG episode ever. Coconut. 5-word description. Coconut, 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 coconut. Hashtag coconut.
Nah, skip it. Bing bong, governor.
Bing bong, back to you, sir.
Hello.
Pip pip. Hooray. No, wait a minute.
We're going to be wearing pips on our scans.
Yeah, we are. I got them right here in front of me. I got them right here, plus my awesome comm badge. I'm going to polish it first.
I packed mine today.
You packing already?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. I actually said to Sue as we were driving home tonight, I got to start making a list of stuff because I don't want to forget anything.
I know, right?
My God. My God.
Luckily on Southwest, you don't have to pay for suitcases. So like my second bag is all the stuff that, I don't necessarily want to have to put in my main suitcase.
Right. You know, you should probably make sure you don't forget to pack in your suitcase.
What's that?
Your face.
What is it with you?
It's one of those days.
Are you still full from breakfast? I mean,
oh God, dude, breakfast. I got it sitting right here, and I'm rubbing my belly. It's late in the evening. Oh boy! For those of you in the New England area who have heard of Parker's Maple Barn,
yes,
they changed ownership a couple years ago or a few years back, and it was horrible, just awful. I actually wrote a letter to him because I was so disappointed in it. But rumor has it that they went back to the original owner, so we decided to check it out this weekend while I was down in Nashua. Oh my God.
Do you need a moment alone?
It was good. Oh God, it was probably the best Irish Benedict I've ever had in my life.
Wait, an Irish Benedict? What exactly does that involve?
It's eggs Benedict, but instead of like ham or sausage under the egg, it's hash, Irish hash.
Oh,
and it was so awesome. And I had potato fries. What are they called? Not pan fries, but yeah, maybe whatever.
Like home fries?
Home fries, thank you, with Cajun seasoning on them. Oh my God! But to top it off, because it is Parker's Maple Barn. Sue and I shared a strawberry pancake that had like fresh strawberries in it. At one point, I actually bit a strawberry seed, and I was actually happy that I did because it was so fresh and good. It was good.
How do you really feel about it? How was it?
Parker's was good.
Why do you sound like you're about to pass a kidney stone when you say good?
Well, it's a poor impression of the Pit Boys barbecue. Because usually they're like, "Oh, that tastes good." That's how it should have been, but I just didn't do it that way.
Yes, it was poor.
Thank you.
I mean, hey, buddy.
Here's a better impersonation, because we're going to have to give crap to Moorhouse when we talk to him in a little while, because he's been giving us crap about our See It or Skip It Season 4. Wesley, come into the light and shake my hand mittens, or mitten hands. I'm the traveler. Ooh.
How do you really feel about it?
The traveler?
Yeah.
I wish he would travel always and never stop in our quadrant again.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I understand.
I might have to say that to Moorhouse, to his face in Vegas. See if he wants to throw down about the traveler. I'll wear boxing gloves, and then I can pretend that I'm the traveler because I'll have those kind of hands, so it doesn't matter.
You okay? I know you. I know you pretty well, right?
I would think so.
You were the last person that should get into a fight with anybody. Let's just be honest about that right now.
Why?
Because you're not a fighter, Dan.
No, I'm not. I'm not a fighter. Yeah, I know the rest of the phrase, so I appreciate that.
No, you're not the other thing either, but you're definitely not a fighter.
Wow. No, I would never want to fight with anybody. I'll just intellectually fight them, and then that'll be it. It'll be all done.
Every time I hear that now, all I can think of is the Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson song, "The Girl Is Mine."
Mm-hmm.
Paul, I think I told you, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Oh, so Michael.
Wait, he's Thurston Howell the Third?
Either that or Mr. Magoo, same thing. You're a bad birdie on.
It's been a while since you've done that one.
I know, it has been. Oh, gosh, what a day. What a day. Just good food, It was good. Good drive home. Great weather to drive. It was awesome.
Speaking of has been, that Star Trek Discovery trailer sucked ass, didn't it?
You know what? I think I'm going to have to jump on board with the haters because it was putrid.
Oh my God!
After the 100th time I watched it, I finally decided that no, this isn't going to be for me.
So I fired up CBS All Access and watched it on the big screen today. Oh, I just want you to know that right now it is, as you and I do this, it is Sunday, July 23rd at 8:20.
Yes.
2 months from now, we will be sitting in front of our TVs getting ready to geek out because Discovery will be premiering. 2 months.
60 days.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, close enough. Oh, God. Wow. That was awesome. One of my favorite parts of that trailer, and I hope they explain it, was when one of the starships was pulling away, and on the surface of the planet was the shape of the delta.
So I saw that, and I don't think they'd be, dumb enough to do that themselves. I almost think that somebody did it as a provocation.
I don't care. It was awesome.
Well, thanks for adding that substantive commentary. That was fantastic, Ken.
It looks, oh my God, it looks so good. I'm so glad we finally got to see Jason Isaacs and actually doing something and talking. Well, and honestly,
I got to say, I was rather pleasantly surprised by Rainn Wilson.
Oh, yes. I'm Mud. That's going to be pretty cool. And somebody already posted on Twitter or Facebook or something, the similarity in his stance with the way he clasps his hands. And they had an image of Mud from TOS, and it was exactly the same. These guys are going to nail this thing so perfectly. It's going to be awesome.
You know, I posted on Twitter tonight after Trek Movie put out a synopsis of the panel with extensive quotes.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially anybody who's worried about Discovery at this point is choosing to worry.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they have given us more than enough evidence to show that they get it.
Yes. Yeah, watching I watched an interview session with Jason Isaacs this afternoon when he was asking for a 3-word description of what his character is, and this, that, and the other thing. There are a whole bunch of questions that were asked, and I don't want to give too many things away. I want people to go see it, but it is a perfect example that these people are entrenched in what they do. They have a passion for it. They are going to succeed on every level with this thing. And anybody who wants to argue about it, argue, because you're going to be wrong. I'm sorry. No wrong answers does not count for this, because you're going to be wrong. Right?
And other than that, we have no strong feelings on this whatsoever.
None at all. Oh, it's so awesome. I'm so excited.
Well, 2 months till Discovery, 10 days till we get to Vegas.
And 7 days for STC episode 9.
Oh, right. Oh, my God. There's so much going on.
I know.
Wait, now, can you do that as, oh, my God, it's Vic?
Oh, my God, it's Vic! I never thought I'd ever be able to do that.
Me either. I'm not going to ask any more questions. You ready to do this?
Let's do it, man. Awesome.